share the screen. Sorry, 9.9. Avajananti Mamuna Manusham Tanumashritam Param Bhavam Ajananto Mam Bhuta Maheshwaram. Read the translation, bro.
Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the Supreme Lord of all that be.
So we discussed here. Yes, we discussed. So from here it is correct. Some of those. Aripa would like to read. Some of those who deride Krishna.
Some of those who deride Krishna and who are infected with the Mayavadi philosophy quote the following verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 3:29-21. Krishna is just an ordinary man. Can you say that for me?
Aham sarveshu bhuteshu bhutatmavasthita sada.
The Supreme is present in every living entity. We should better take a note of this particular verse from the Vaishnava Acharyas like Gita Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Instead of following the interpretation of unauthorized persons who deride Krishna, Jiva Goswami commenting on this verse says that Krishna, in his plenary expansion as Paramatma, is situated on the moving and non-moving entities as a supersoul. So any neophyte devotee who simply gives his attention to the Acharya Murti, the form of the Supreme Lord in the temple, and does not respect other living entities, uselessly worshipping the form of the Lord in the temple. There are three kinds of devotees of the Lord, and the neophyte is the lower stage. The neophyte devotee gives more attention to the deity in the temple than to other devotees. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur warns that this sort of mentality should be corrected. Devotees should see that because Krishna is present in everyone's heart as Paramatma, every body is the embodiment of the temple of the Supreme Lord. So as one offers respect and should not be So as one offers its respect to the temple of the Lord, we should be similarly properly respect each everybody in which Paramatma dwells. Everyone should therefore be given proper respect and should not be neglected.
Beautiful. So some of those who deride Krishna and who are infected with Maya philosophy quote the following verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam. That Krishna is ordinary man. This verse is the quote. The Supreme is present in every living entity. So he is present, but he is not an ordinary living entity like ordinary living entity. He is the Supreme Soul, but he is present in the heart of all. So we should better take note of this particular verse from the Vaishnava Acharyas. So all these interpretations should be from the Vaishnava Acharyas. Actually, the Mayavadis have no right to comment on any Vedic literature because they are not bona fide representatives. They are misinterpreters. So the only right who has to write anything on Vedic literature or speak anything on Vedic literature is only Vaishnavas, Vaishnava Acharyas. That's why he is quoting Vaishnava Acharyas like Jiva Goswami, Chakravarti Thakur. They are telling, instead of following the interpretation of unauthorized persons who deride Krishna, Jiva Goswami commenting on this says that Krishna in his plenary expansion as Paramatma is situated in the moving and non-moving entities as a super soul. Any neophyte devotee who simply gives the attention to the Archamurti, form of the Supreme Lord, and does not respect other living entities, uselessly worshipping the form of the Lord in the temple. It's a very important point. So in the beginning stage, somebody may have just faith and reverence to the deity, but they are not respecting the devotees properly, criticizing the devotees, talking ill about them, or not properly offering respects. So that is not right actually. Devotees actually are respected, then Krishna is pleased. So without respecting the devotees, without properly honoring and recognizing how the devotees in his heart also Paramatma is there, and the body of the devotee or any living entity, because Paramatma is in his heart, it's also a temple actually. That's why if by mistake we touch the feet, so our feet, someone's body is touched, some of the while walking, they may hit someone's leg or something like that. So then immediately we actually touch their body and we do like this. So we do like this because we understand the temple. So just like we respect the temple, same way we respect the body of every divinity. So that's a very important thing. So any neophyte devotee who simply gives attention to the Archamurti, the form of the Lord, and does not respect other divinities, uselessly worshipping the form. See how he's saying. So you may be taking very, darshan, you may be singing the kirtan, you may be worshipping the deities. But if you are not respecting the devotees properly, then Krishna is not pleased. That's why he's saying uselessly worshipping the form. It's not useless actually, because he will make advancement for sure, and then eventually he has to come to the platform of respecting devotees. But the point is that the nature of a neophyte, that he doesn't respect the devotees properly and just interested in worshipping Krishna, is not very pleasing to Krishna. That is the point. So the three kinds of devotee of the Lord, and the neophyte is the lowest state. The neophyte devotee gives more attention to the deity in the temple than to the other devotees. So Srinivasa Thakur wants that this kind of mentality should be corrected. Devotee should see that because Krishna is present in everyone's heart as Paramatma, everybody is the embodiment of the temple of the Supreme Lord. Embodiment or the temple of the Supreme Lord. So as one offers respect to the temple of the Lord, you should properly offer respect to each and every body in the ways Paramatma wills. Everyone should therefore be given proper respect, should not be like that. So actually this mood is very much important as we are practicing, because that's how we make advancement in our consciousness. So as we grow, we understand, we realize that I'm servant of everyone. And all the living entities also, they are servants of Krishna. So my connection with all the living entities is through Krishna. And because they are connected to Krishna, so they are respectable. They're respectable. So they should be respected. Every divinity should be respected. Now, there may be some problems. You may find different divinities may have different problems. So that should be dealt separately. The sinner that hate the sin, not the sinner. Same way, the divinity should be respected. Sometimes what we may be engaging in, that we don't agree with, that we may condemn also sometimes. But if you have a right to condemn, if it is like if you're a teacher, or if you are a person who can benefit him, then it is fine. But otherwise, why to condemn us? Because we have no influence on him to able to rectification. So when you're not able to rectify him or her, or when you're not able to do anything for his betterment, then what the use of just criticizing and condemning that person? There's no use of it. So if you have to protect the society and protect him, help him, there should be some purpose of either helping him and protecting him and growing him, or protecting and helping other devotees so that they can be safeguarded also. Sometimes some divinity may be creating some trouble for other divinities, other jivas, other devotees. So that time also we have to take some precautions, some protection mechanism. But unnecessarily, you should not be interested in condemning anyone. Everybody should be respected. Yeah. So even if you have that role as a teacher or well-wisher, or you can do something about it, then also it should be done in the mode of service and also respecting that living entity, because the living entity is to be respected. He is part of us, Krishna. So in our heart of our hearts, we should respect each and every living entity. Sakale saman parito shakati देहनाथ यथा यथा तबे तो गाइबे हरि नाम सुखे अपराध बेहता. Saying सकल सम्मान गरीबो शकति देहनाथ यथा. So let oh Gurudev, please give me the strength to be able to offer respect to every living entity. Dehonatha yatha yatha, as they deserve. It's like pure devotee, we may offer obeisances and offer our Tanvat pranams and offer our heart and mind to hear the instructions and follow them. And somebody who is atheist, we may offer respect in mind. Somebody is envious like snake or something like that, we still respect them. We may not go and offer obeisances, but we respect him as living. So that's how devotee may offer respect to everyone as per their position. But we should know that we have to respect everyone. That's important. Okay, I'll pause here. Any comment or any question, any reflection? Yeah, anybody? Any reflection? Arya Prabhu, Srinivasan Prabhu, no reflection?
So thank you, Prabhuji. So offering respect to devotees is of utmost importance, in important aspect in progressing in devotional service.
Yeah, correct. And Arya Prabhu, you want to share any point?
Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna. Yeah, my reflection is that sometimes the ISKCON and Krishna consciousness like practices and values intertwine with like um, I guess like materialistic values, and I think this is the most like not like values in the material world that we should live by. I think this is the most important intersection here because we have to respect everyone else in order to be able to respect the supreme being as well. So I think it starts there, and that's how we show our true bhakti.
Oh, so what are the first line you told, Arya Prabhu? First line?
I think that a lot of Krishna conscious values tend to intersect with like general ethical material values,
Mm.
like caring for other people, caring for other living beings, things like that. And so I think those two are the most important intersection, that we care for
Mm.
other living beings because they are also part and parcel of Krishna.
Correct. And at the another in another side, sometimes people do want to care, like they want to they care for dogs, but then they will kill cow. So that is then they cannot actually properly care. Then their care is hypocritical because that is only for selfish purposes. Like even demons may care about their own people. So that kind of care is just oriented towards some gratification only. So in the current society, also find there are people who care for different sects and all, but it's all their own sects, their own caste, their own nation. Sometimes they have some kind of designations and their own selfish motivations take to care for. Like Kamsa was so much taking care of Devaki, but when he heard that the Devaki's eighth son is going to kill, immediately he wanted to kill Devaki also. So that is superficial. That's why only through Krishna consciousness we can truly care about everyone. And as you rightly said, this principles of caring for others, what to speak of devotees and respecting is very much there in Krishna consciousness. And it has a true perfection and purpose and meaning in Krishna consciousness. So that's very true. So in the name of Krishna consciousness, we cannot just say that I'm already a devotee, so I don't care about others or I don't care about this.
One more thing that I'd like to add is that like a lot of people say like, oh, I don't need to take up religious path because I'm already good person at heart. But then they're like also eating meat and all that. So it's like you might be considering yourself a good person at heart, but your actions don't show that, and it doesn't show that like you care for all living entities and all living beings. So it's like this is why like there's a good intersection here with Krishna conscious practices and also like ethical values.
Yes, correct. Correct, bro. Very nice. Srinivasan Prabhu is done. Okay. Who else is there? Satyamai Mataji want to share? Satyamai Mataji, want to share any point?
Hare Krishna, I was fumbling with the buttons here. I'm finding that there is more and more respect growing for other living entities as I develop as a book distributor. And every time you make a connection with a person that you're selling a book to, you realize, wow, just like me, they just don't know any better. And as I didn't before I met the devotees. So it expands. We naturally fall in affection for devotees and respect the more we get to know them, but that can expand to the general population very easily as a book distributor. Haribol.
It's very correct, actually. I mean, I was also thinking about that how in Buddhism we find some people in different ways and different things. But actually, I was thinking today that how the living entity is suffering there. He doesn't realize. And gradually, we see that when they become devotees, then they start working on themselves. They start working on their lust, anger, greed, pride, and now they're not working, and they apparently seems like okay. They pose themselves as okay. Like we also did not so much think about ourselves in terms of working on ourselves. But after we become devotees, then we have so much homework to do, so much of dirt we have to get rid of. So we have to, take up the process of purification very seriously. And we know that this process of purification is not a small thing like in a day or two, a month or a year or two or decade. No, Krishna. No, we need to beg Krishna and keep begging. So it's anartha nivritti stage, a very long stage actually. It takes time. So that's why we need to remain enthusiastic and keep encouraging each other. Never get discouraged. As Ashika Prabhu says that the greatest weapon of Maya is discouragement. So we should not get discouraged because mind will throw so many varieties of things. Mind can give you the best of the thoughts. It can give you the dirtiest of the thoughts. This is the nature of mind. So one should not identify with mind and one should not identify with all the baggage what he has come with. Rather, one should identify himself as soul, part and parcel of Krishna, who is pure, divine in nature, and with humility, understand one's awkward position and take shelter of Hari Guru Vaishnavas and serve them without any false pride. So when you keep serving like that, so that Guru and Krishna will take care. They will gradually purify us like that. So in the course of that, we keep doing our service also. We keep our regular services of whatever cooking, cleaning, preaching, we were sitting and giving Bhagavatam class or whatever it is. These are all our services. But we honestly admit that yes, we need to work on ourselves. We need to purify our consciousness more and more. We have a long way to go. We keep that mood and keep praying to Krishna like that. So, but those people who just come but on table and all, they also they feel that I'm good, like how we felt we are good. But they will also take up that journey eventually. They will also start purifying their hearts and everything. So that's why it's very, very wonderful way to help everyone by giving them books. And that's how you can truly respect the soul by helping them to attain the perfection of life. Because that's how they will begin their journey of purification. So it's a best honor to that living entity because that's how the living entity is truly honored in association of Krishna. So we are doing that. So other people may just deal with them, other living entities, just for exploitation. Like businessman will deal with other businessman because he wants money from him. Same way, some movie star actors and all actresses and all that. The producers and directors, they want to deal with them only because they want profit out of them. Shopkeepers deal with the customers because they want profit out of them. So you can see in all dealings there is selfishness, and so there is no respect of that living entity's true glorious position as servant of Krishna. But book distribution, we are truly respecting the living entity's position as servant of Krishna and helping him to regain the constitutional position of engaging in loving devotional service of the Lord. So that's a true respect, actually. Very correct. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna. Shila Prabhupada ki jai.